Hi everyone, good evening and welcome to a very special session on Amazon today. I am Mohana Bhattacharya, your host for today's session on Amazon India, representing the team Amazon. Firstly, I would like to start by wishing all you wonderful women out there a very happy International Women's Day. All over India, women entrepreneurs are successfully setting up and running their own small businesses. And many entrepreneurial women enjoy having the freedom to live and work on their own terms and thereby be responsible and, take control of their successes. And this International Women's Day, we at Amazon are celebrating all such women entrepreneurs, and not just women entrepreneurs, but all women who are breaking barriers, challenging stereotypes, and championing to drive a positive change towards an equal and a more inclusive society. Today, we will be in conversation with two such women entrepreneurs, Ms. Mona Mehta, the co-founder of the brand Hibiscus Monkey, which is an Indian brand that is associated with us via the program Amazon Launchpad. And we will also be in conversation with Ms. Neha Rungta from the brand Kopaipar, which is associated with us via the program Amazon Karigar. So we will be in conversation with these two wonderful ladies, and not just that, we have a huge surprise planned for all of you. I'm not going to reveal what the surprise is. We will be having a very special guest who is going to join us, and we should have some gift cards in store for you as well. So do stay tuned till the end of the session for the big reveal. Until then, I'm just going to quickly check if Neha and Mona have joined us yet, and if they have, I'm going to add them to the session so that we can get started. Happy Women's Day to everyone that is wishing me. Happy Women's Day to all the women entrepreneurs out there and to all the women out there. Just give me a moment. Yes, I do see our entrepreneurs have already joined in, so I'm just going to quickly add them. And we have Neha actually with us
Hi.
here. Hi Neha.
So nice.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. Happy Women's Day.
Same here. Happy Women's Day. How's it going for you? All well?
It's all just a small technical question. My voice is fine, right? Because I didn't have headphones, so I was just wondering if that's all right.
I can speak slightly louder. Great. Just give me a second. I'm just going to see if Mona is also going to be joining us. 1 second. Huh? Okay. Okay, I can't get through to Mona, but till she sort of sends a request to join, we can sort of get started. Neha, so tell me a little bit about your brand. How did you come about, becoming an entrepreneur? Where did you start? What has your journey been like so far?
Well, honestly, I didn't start thinking I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I'm actually a filmmaker profession. That's what I did for 12 years. You can hear me, right?
I can hear you, yes.
Okay, so that's what I did for 12 years before I started Kopaipar in 2016. And it was just a journey which happened through my travels. So because of making films, we used to travel a lot into the interiors, and we used to see a lot of, the craft and culture in the villages. And through the travels, I realized that there's just so much talent and so much skill, but that doesn't reach the urban Indian population as much as it should, and because of which the crafts are dying. And I felt a need to do something about that. So actually, it didn't start out with a business plan or, I wanted to set up something. It was just something which organically happened. I first wanted to share the stories of the artisans and, their struggles, and wanted to make films on that. But then we started working with them and, helping them do better things, and then we set up our own store. So it was actually a very, very organic sort of a growth.
You call it organic, but I kind of find it very fascinating that, you were a filmmaker by profession, and now you are, an entrepreneur who owns small
To be very
businesses,
honest
working with
with you,
so many
I still
artists.
first.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, to be very honest with you, I still first think of myself as a filmmaker. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But yeah.
No. I am still trying to check if Mona has been able to sort of join us yet. But having said that, Neha, why don't you show us a couple of your products, that you're working with artisans. So, I can see some products kept behind
Yeah,
you. So why don't you?
I sneaked in a few here. So these are little stuffed cushions we do. This is Katha embroidery. Fabric. So the main idea behind the brand is to use as much material which can be recycled or reused, and which so these are all these different animals we make with using fabric which has been discarded or which we get, we have a whole bunch of that. And then we work with ceramic, and these are some animal planters we have. Plus, there's an initiative we started again because we wanted to get people to reuse their things and also to be aware of what they are buying. Not just blindly keep buying, but try and use their own things and then make something new out of it. So we started this initiative called Upcycled Fabric Blankets, which is basically was to give us their old saris, and then we make these blankets for them from that. So these are made from a customer's old saris, basically. And I don't know if you can see the embroidery on it. Yeah. So this is actually not something new. This is something which has been happening in Bengal and in the rest of the country for generations. Making taking old fabric and making new things. We've just sort of lost that tradition, and somewhere I think things like that need to be revived. If we want to still live in this world in a balanced way, because we're just messing up the environment so much that we have to be very, very conscious about our lifestyle choices, I feel.
That's true. So for all our viewers, I would like to mention here that, today is International Women's Day. So what we have kind of with this storefront, we've launched two dedicated storefronts for International Women's Day, where we have curated products from all, from various women entrepreneurs, very unique selection from all. And, obviously you can shop from that store and you can support women-led small businesses. And what we will do is, for every order you place today on the IWD store, Amazon will contribute ₹25 for every single order that you place on that store to child education with our NGO partner, Nani Kali. Do your bit. We are trying to do our bit, not just by supporting women entrepreneurs, also by supporting a cause like girl child education, because after all, women empowerment starts young, and that's a cause we really believe in. So that's something that we are doing especially for today. So if you have not,
well, that's such a great initiative.
Yeah, and if you guys have not checked out the IWD, the link is amazon.in/IWD, and you can just type that and shop your heart out. So,
nice.
Cool. Neha, before we go ahead, I have to ask, what does International Women's Day mean to you? How do you about International Women's Day?
Well, honestly, for me, of course, it's a very joyful day because we are celebrating all the achievements that women have done and they are still doing. But I also find it a solemn day because I think it's important to remember all the struggles and the sacrifices and the fights which have happened over years right from the turn of the century for us to be able to sit here and have this conversation, you know. So right from the suffrage to everything else which has followed. So yeah, I feel I really actually do feel very thoughtful on a day like today.
Hey Mona, I think Mona is here. Hi, finally you've been able
Hi,
to
Mona.
join us.
Hi. Yeah, there was some technical issue.
No problem. So Mona, we have Neha with us, who is from the brand
Hi, Neha.
Copaipar. We were just talking to her about her brand. Why don't we get started with your brand as well? You are the co-founder of the brand Hibiscus Monkey. Tell us a little bit about yourself, your brand, the kind of products that you sell on Amazon.
Okay, so Hibiscus Monkey is actually a mother and my 2 twin daughters. And the whole ethos of the brand is to be 100% natural and chemical free and reach to our consumers the products that we have kind of grown up using. So we make self-care products which encourage women to take time out to look after themselves. You know, in a culture where traditionally women are to believe that they put everything else ahead of themselves. We want them to think of themselves as well.
Got it. So, Mona, I was just, before you joined, we were just discussing what International Women's Day means. For Neha, wanted to pose the same question to you. What does International Women's Day signify to you?
So for me, you know, this International Women's Day, which really has 100 long years, basically talks about the journey of women and some men, their fight towards gender parity. But personally, I feel now it should be more of a call to action to accelerate this whole journey towards gender parity. We can't wait for another 100 years to reach there. I think that's what it means to me. At a personal level, like, you know, this was me at the age of 24 when my mom was saying, go ahead, go to Hong Kong, follow your dreams. It's great. In terms of Hibiscus Monkey, again, the whole concept of me first, where we say, you know, love yourself first. That's what it would mean to me, you know, that's where we are.
Wow.
So what are the kinds of products? What are the kinds of products that you sell at Hibiscus Monkey then? Like, can you talk about your bestsellers on Amazon?
Yeah. So like I said, these are basically self-care products, and it started with, so my mom has always been making things at home for her use, for my use, and the daughters also sort of have been seeing that. And we started with this fabulous hair oil that we've all grown up, especially that my daughters have grown up, you know, with mommy jumping their hair with it. And I actually have it here to show you. This is our hair oil, our hero product. And thereafter, we launched an in-shower moisturizer, you know, all those things that we felt the need for. So how we are always in a rush, you know, you shower and run out and think you'll moisturize another day. So this is something you can moisturize yourself while you're in shower. Just, you know, once you've washed off the soap, rinse the soap, spray this on and pat yourself dry. So stuff like that. These are the kind of products we introduce. The other interesting product we have is the comforter, which is for menstrual pain, the cramps, etc. So it just soothes you, makes things a little bit easier for you.
Got it. These are lovely products. I think we have our guest also for the day. I mentioned right at the beginning of the session, we're going to have like a very special guest who's going to join us today. Do you guys have any idea who? She surely needs no introduction. So I'm just going to sort of add her. And here she is. Hi, Praneeti.
Hi, girls.
Hello.
Happy Women's Day to all of us.
Hi, Praneeti.
Yes.
Happy
Nice to
Women's
see you
Day.
Happy
As
Women's
my
Day.
gift for Women's Day, I demand products from Mona and Neha immediately.
Absolutely. I think it would be our pleasure.
I'm sure they'll be like more than happy to send their products over to you. Praneeti, I'm so excited to sort of, so excited that you've joined us today. I know it's a very busy time for you. Your trailer just dropped, right, for Saina? I mean, I saw the trailer yesterday.
Yeah.
Amazing. Looks really good. Congratulations.
I'm in press for the Saina launch. We just launched the trailer. I'm in the T-Series office. There is a bunch of journalists looking at me, giving me dirty eyes because I stopped there and live quickly, and I have to be back in 10 minutes. So let's make these 10 minutes count.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Before I go ahead, I would love to ask if, Mona, Neha, you guys have any reactions to the surprise. I know you were not aware that Praneeti would be joining. So any call outs by you guys? No.
We had no
We
idea.
were not aware.
I
So
thought.
yeah, it's really exciting to have you here.
So sweet. But I'm also here to collect my free gifts, and I would not like this demand to be ignored.
No, they're already on the way. You'll get it soon.
Yes.
All right. Let's get started very quickly. Praneeti, Women's Day, what does Women's Day signify for you? Any message on International Women's Day that you would like to begin by, giving to our, the entrepreneurs here and in general to women who are also watching us, men, women who are watching us today?
Well, I just did a trailer screening for Saina. I did it for an entire hall packed with women. And I wanted to, the first question I asked them when I entered, I was like, so when does Women's Day fall on? What date? And they said 8th of March. And I said, wrong answer. They were confused. And Women's Day is every day, guys. We need to understand. What do you mean by Women's Day? Just today. This day is just an excuse for me and all of us to tell people to stop thinking we are any lesser at anything. In fact, we are better at everything. I wish I could turn the camera around, but I would show you a room full of very successful women. There's not a man in sight right now. So that should prove that it's time we stop celebrating things like Women's Day. We don't need it. Every single moment is ours. And women entrepreneurs. I mean, try that 50 or 100 years ago. Those two words wouldn't go together because they were the child bearers. They were the ones who were just there to cook their food for the men because the men were working. So I think we've come a long way where 4 women right here, 50 in front of me right now. The men are probably sitting at home right now. So the joke's on them. But it's amazing. Like, I mean, we've proved time and again that we do so much more than men. So it's time to start taking that seriously now.
Absolutely. More power to us girls and women all over the world.
Yeah.
I would like to mention here that today for International Women's Day, the theme that we are celebrating at Amazon is Challenge, Champion, Change, right? And all of us have very personal interpretations of what challenge means to us, what a champion, who is a champion for us, and what change exactly means to us, right? So I would love to hear from you all in terms of how you would interpret something like this in your own lives or from your own personal experiences. Neha, what about you? If I say the word challenge, what means the most to you when you hear something like challenge?
Overcome. I think challenges make you stronger. And for me, I actually love challenges because if someone or something tells me you can't do this or this is going to be difficult, I have to do that even more. So I think it just makes you a better person. It makes you stronger. It makes you want things more. So challenge is a positive thing.
So Praneeti, if I were to ask you, what is the one biggest challenge that you have faced personally? And, whether it is as a woman or whether it is in general, in your life, what is that one big challenge that you're extremely proud to have overcome in your life?
I actually have a very personal answer to this. So if I was to be honest, I would have say that, but I can give you an honest right answer. I can give you both. So the honest answer, genuine own life, is when I overcame the challenge of being unfit and overweight all my life. Personal victories and do something about it and look better. And I know that a lot of women deal with this. They also use children and they also, prioritize their families over themselves and neglect their own personal fitness and health. I would like to tell them that this is something they need to do for themselves as well. So personal fitness is, I think, a challenge that a lot of women don't really do anything about it all their lives. And another thing that actually wasn't a challenge, but it was a big surprise when I have two younger brothers, and the traditional thing to do is to spend on education for boys, not the women, because women are just born to be well. And so I remember when I wanted to go abroad to study, and I wanted to study in school. Everybody asked my parents, "Why do you do this? Why do you want to spend all this money on her? To get married in the next few years." And my parents said, if anybody does any sort of credit in our family, it's going to be her. So we are going to invest in her. And today I feel that I can make my parents proud. Their conviction that made me feel that just because I'm a woman, I could be more capable than my brothers, but they didn't give me the opportunities. So I had equal opportunities all my life, actually.
Yeah, that's wonderful. In fact, your point about, self-care and personal fitness, I think Mona's brand, Hibiscus Monkey, I think she was just saying that before you joined in, that, you come first and take care of yourself. And I think that's what her brand sort of is trying to position in terms of how women in today's day and age
menstrual caps, and I think that's such a good idea. It's all about taking care of yourself, and I love these products that are going natural and handmade.
Absolutely.
Lovely. So Mona, coming to you, if I were to ask you, who is that one champion in your life, a woman that you draw inspiration from and you really look up to, who would that be?
So, answering like one champion is a bit tough. I have 5. So I have my grandmother, my mother, my mother-in-law, and my daughters. These guys, phases of my life, have always, encouraged me and egged me to move on. And especially my daughters. I mean, I had sort of, finished with my career once we had started moving around. So they are the ones who pushed me to restart. And you can find so many reasons not to restart, and you're old, you're this, that, and the other, but it's so fantastic. The second innings that I'm playing, I'm having the time of my life. So yeah, I would say
yeah. Oh.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's such a cute little story that, you're building this business with 2 twin daughters of yours. I mean, kudos to you for doing such great work. And again, we've already established that the ethos that you stand for your brand, I think is fantastic. Coming to Neha, what about you? Who do you draw inspiration from?
Well, again, it's not one person, but multiple people at different points in my life. Currently, it's all the women I work with through Kopai Par. They all have such fascinating stories of struggle and how they've, managed to make a place for themselves. I'll give you, in very short, I'll tell you a story about this one woman. She's an artisan from Bolpur, Shanti Niketan, and she does beautiful katha work. Like, I think some of the best work I've seen. And I had gone to her house in her village and we started talking. And she was telling me the story of her life. She wanted to be a businesswoman. That's how she said it, that amake business hobe in Bengali, which means that I want to build my own business. But she comes from a very conservative community and they wanted her to get married and have kids. And, and they said that, okay, fine, you can do katha, but, from your house. But she said, no, I didn't want that. I wanted to go to exhibitions. I wanted to travel. I wanted to set up my own workshop and all of that. I fought against everybody. in my family, my village, and now today she's built her own business. She's doing so much work. She made her own house with her own earnings, and today she's supporting her brother's family who live. She's built a 2-storied house and they live above her, and she sends the kid to school. She's not married. She decided she didn't want that, but it's just absolutely inspiring how this. And of course she doesn't have any formal education to speak of, but the conviction and the strength with which she went for what she wanted. So stories like that are really inspiring. And then every time I feel that, oh, I have so much struggle, or I get into that zone of thing, and I just tell myself, yeah, you know what, just shut up. There are all these women who have it worse than you, and they're really doing so much. So you have a lot to be grateful for. So I think those stories are really inspiring for me.
That's very true. I mean, we do have a lot to be grateful for, and
Yes,
such
so
an inspiring story to somebody without formal education, coming from a really small place to having supported, their brothers. I think that, like Praneeti was just mentioning about, the women, men, etc., and how siblings get treated in certain areas. So I think this is a wonderful story and like a great example. Thanks for sharing that, Neha. Now I would just, I've spoken and I've asked too many questions, so I would request, I'm sure Neha and Mona might have questions for Praneeti. So if you guys have any questions for Praneeti, please go ahead and ask.
They want to know my delivery address so that the product can be sent.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't think you want to share that here, but maybe later.
I will send.
You might get a lot more in your mail than you anticipated.
Everybody is welcome to send.
Anytime.
Yeah.
I'll
Should
go
I
first.
ask the question?
Be bad.
Yeah,
Okay.
Please go ahead, Neha.
Okay, of
Yeah.
course, Praneeti, you've got a wonderful career and you're doing so well. But say, suppose you decided you don't want to be in films anymore. Is there another passion which you have, some hidden secret passion which we don't know about, and which you would like to make a business out of someday, maybe?
I actually never wanted to be in films. I'm actually an investment banker by qualification, and I used to live in London before I came to Bombay. So I would probably life because that's what I know. Banking, finance, economics is what I know. I'm not a very filmy person. I don't watch many films, and I never thought films would be a part of my life. So actually, I would probably go back to that. But if I was to be able to choose anything in the world, no worries about anything, maybe a scuba diving instructor, just because I love scuba diving.
Oh, wow.
But
That's a great choice.
I would, even if I became an instructor, I would miss my investment banking, so I'd probably go back there. But this is done.
I love that. I really do.
Mona, do you have any questions for Praneeti?
Yeah, since it's the International Women's Day today, tell me, what is your fondest memory of previous International Women's Day, or maybe this one?
I think I would say the most special one has been I think because first of all, I'm doing a film about an incredible woman called Saina Nehwal, who was the first person to become world #1. To portray her was for me, and the fact that I've launched a film about her on Women's Day, a woman playing another woman, of course, has been extra special for me. So I don't have any memories of me having done anything even remotely close on any other Women's Day. But today has been special to meet everybody, to meet all these incredible women today, my own team, media, you guys, everybody today. I'm going to remember this one forever.
Nice.
It is actually. I mean, I chanced upon the trailer drop for Saina, and I was like, oh wow, International Women's Day, and this is such a great time to release that. I mean, it's awesome. The trailer looks fantastic. By the way.
Thank you.
So,
Thank
It does. Looking forward.
Look forward to seeing it.
Yay. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you, girls.
Okay, so I think that nearing the end of the session, and before we end, Praneeti, any parting thoughts that you would like to share with us on this occasion of International Women's Day? I would like to mention here today that, at Amazon, we have curated a special store where we are, curating products from women-led small businesses all over India. And for every purchase that you make on the store today, Amazon will be contributing rupees 25 for every single purchase that you make towards girl child education. So in case you guys have not shopped on Amazon or from the International Women's Day store, please do go ahead and do that. Support small businesses and girl child education at the same time. The link is amazon.in/IWD. With that, Praneeti, any parting thoughts that you would like to share with us?
I always thought that if Amazon was keeping back, they would probably assign 50% just for my share. Just given the amount of shopping that I do on the website, इसके घर के लिए ये assign करना तो रोज जाना. So I mean, you should know that I my bit today, shop from Amazon today, and I'm sure that a huge chunk of that will go for girl child education, because honestly, as cliche as it sounds, but if you educate a girl, you're educating an entire community and a family world, and that thought cannot be taken lightly. So we genuinely should be investing every that we have time to educate girls, because we have the power to be the queens of the world and do everything. So this is the most important cause I've ever been a part of. That is why I want to be here today, because it means so much. As a girl, I've never been and I would want every girl to grow up like that. Very happy to be here, and thank you for having me.
Thank you, Praneeti. Thanks for joining us, and all the very best for the movie. Thank you so much for joining.
And to you too. All the best, Mona. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And all the best to you with the movie.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye, girls.
Bye.
Bye. And Mona, Neha, with you guys, I also wanted to sort of, get your parting thoughts on International Women's Day. Both of you are strong women entrepreneurs building your, building your own enterprises. So any words of inspiration to entrepreneurs that you would like to, any advice, any recommendation for women who are aspiring to become successful?
Shall I go first?
Yes, please. Sorry.
So you know what I would part.
Yeah.
Hardest part is starting. So just draw your plans and get started. It's crazy, it's overwhelming at times, but it's very, very, very rewarding. So, define your successes and live from one success to the other. Don't get distracted. Just single-mindedly go forth and conquer.
I completely agree with it. The beginning is always the hardest, and I have this little a thing that is stuck on my desk, which just says that the beginning is the hardest. Once you begin, I think things start falling into place. So thanks for sharing that piece of advice, Mona. What about you, Neha? Any advice to women entrepreneurs out there?
I think Mona said it beautifully. Is actually just getting started, which is the most difficult. And just to add to that, I think the fear of failure gets into our head before we start anything. So my advice would be, don't be scared to fail, and just go for it. The burden and the fear and all of that is more internal. It actually doesn't manifest in reality as much as we think in our heads it will. So we need to just stop being afraid of of our own expectations and of others, I think.
Yeah, I think, in fact, both of your things, that these are things that are written in, our offices at different places. There's another one in our office that says, what would you do if you were not afraid? So it's, these are so relevant, it's so relatable. Yeah. Cool. Thank you. I think Mona and Neha, I hope you guys had a lot of fun. I definitely had a lot of fun with Praneeti joining us. I know you guys didn't know, but I hope today's session was fun for you all, and I'm sure it was fun for the audience as well. Thank you, both of you, for taking some time out today and, talking to us on International Women's Day means a lot. Your stories are fantastic. You're brilliant entrepreneurs, and I'm so privileged to be able to talk to you guys on International Women's Day. So thank you once again for joining us. For our audience members, we also have a reel challenge that is ongoing, and we have Amazon gift cards up for grabs. So Praneeti has posted a reel. All you need to do is replicate that reel and share it with us. You can find the original audio for the reel on Praneeti's handle, and you can replicate that, share it with us. It's called the Amazon International Women's Day Challenge, and if you do that, there are Amazon.in gift cards with up for grabs. Guys, thank you so much for joining, and I think with this we come towards the end of the session. Thanks so much for having us. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us, and lovely meeting you and you, Neha. All the best.
You, Mona. I'm going to be buying your products soon. I'm so glad I found you.
Me too.
Great.
I've been eyeing your Kanta. All right. Thank you so much, Mona. This was great.
So much.
Really had fun. Thank you.
Happy
Thanks.
Women's Day.
Thank you. Thank you. Happy Women's Day. Thank you. Bye.